The people who know us love us. We have a really solid customer base, but people who are just finding out about us or don't really know much about us will usually ask questions like, oh, why should I pay so much for a bottle of water? Well, number one, we don't cost really. We're pretty much priced competitively with all of the quote unquote higher end brands out there, which, as you're hearing up to this point, aren't actually really high end. So we are priced competitively, and I think we're priced below some of them, depending on where you are. But people they want to know, like, what's the health, what are the benefits? And this is crazy, right? They want quantifiable health benefits. But let's get into that. But I look at, it's very simple. And this is where we get into a more common sense perspective, because look at us as a species. We are so disconnected from nature. Since the Industrial Revolution, since people have been living in this go, fast-paced society, we have lost touch with the essence of the planet. And even in the health food industry, and even in, health enthusiasts and health connoisseurs, you can eat the highest quality, most mineral rich, the soil is the most nutrient dense soil there is to create food that is just teeming with life. But it doesn't address the most important issue of all, which is, what is the water used to make that food? How does that water, like, what is that water? Okay, and my point is, you can eat all that food, but still it's being processed by humans. Okay, there's a lot of human interference in its production. And we have something here that has virtually no human interference, that has been cured and cultivated by the planet for longer than any of us can even begin to imagine. So at a time when we as a species are so disconnected from nature, what do you think is going to happen when you take a water like this that has been cured by Mother Earth since time immemorial, since time immemorable, we can't even imagine, and you're going to put that water into your body? Do you think that a water like that is going to make you feel more connected with nature?
How can it not?
How can it not?
I always have said from the beginning, I believe in Mother Nature, not man's machinery. I believe Mother Nature is perfect, right? We are in search of purity. What we look for is purity and natural purity. The whole organic movement is trying to get away from pesticides and all these chemical treatments. We're trying to find natural purity. We're trying to grow a tomato in your grandmother's backyard with water and sunlight and nothing else, right? That's what we're in search of. So why would we want to? I want to go as close to nature as I can get with minimum interference. That's what we do. I can't imagine how a natural product from nature, and this is what I explained to the regulatory, this water is pure. I can prove it with chemical analysis. How can this not be better for us? Why do you want to touch it? I say to people all the time, they said, I said, what chemical would you like me to add to my water? Do you have some favorite chemical you like? Is it chlorine or fluoride, or do you like disinfection byproducts, or lye, or anti-corrosives? Or, ask the people in Flint, Michigan, what chemical do you want? This is lunacy.
Yeah.
Why would I add a chemical to a natural product that does not require anything? Why would I do that? It's insanity. And especially when we're not putting this in the car's radiator, or, they love it if you put it in an iron, right? Irons love water without mineral content in it, right? And ours is very low. This is human consumption. And we're not armadillos, right? We're like nothing but water.
Right.
Right. I mean, we are, look at how, you look at the percentages, overall 75%. And then different tissue, it gets higher and higher and higher. The blood being 93%. The brain is up there in the 88%.
Well, molecularly, from a straight molecular level, we're 99% water. So, yeah.
We're moving water blobs, are we not? We are absolutely water creatures. No question about it. If you look at illnesses, dehydration is the cause for almost everything. I mean, let's face it. You cannot last much longer than 48 to 72 hours without drinking water or getting it somehow in a food. If I put you in a room and I give you no water and no food, you're dead real quick.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody goes on a thirst strike. They go on hunger strikes, but nobody goes on a thirst strike because you'd be dead so fast you wouldn't get your point across.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how critical it is, right? You can sit there for a month and die with no food until you die of no food. But you're talking 72 hours, 48 hours? How much do you need water? We're our bodies are almost 100 degrees. We're baking off water all the time.
Yes.
You need to constantly, second only to breathing, you need to drink constantly. You're constantly replenishing your water supply, interstitial tissue, intercellular water. All this is critical to health and wellness. It's the foundation.
The biggest, the most important. Yes.
And nobody gets it, or very few people get it. It's never talked about at all these health and wellness conversations. They should start with air. These conferences, they should start with air first.
Yeah.
Because it's the most important. 6 to 10 minutes without air and you suffer irreversible brain damage. I was a paramedic. I know. We use that as a decision to resuscitate or not. Did somebody see this person drop? How long have they been here? If you can't tell me how long this person's been here not breathing, I'm not going to resuscitate him because you bring back a vegetable. If you can tell me he just fell 5 minutes ago, I'll try to save his life.
Yeah.
Air is the most important. So they should be talking about filtration. If you live in this city, if your air is not pure, that's the first thing you should talk about is air purity. Look at everybody wearing masks now. I guess we're a little worried about the air purity now, aren't we?
Yeah. That in combination, just on the side note, people have never been taught how to breathe either.
Yeah, deep breathing.
That's a major, we all breathe very shallow. We're a shallow world, right? We're shallow beings at this point. Everything's on the surface, but it's in the depths that we find the purity that we really strive and want.
So every health conference, no matter who has it, David Wolf, whoever, it should start with breathing and air. That should be first. And guess what should be second? There should be a discussion on water.
Yeah.
Because that's the second most important thing. Way more important than your food. It's the most important food is water. Before you even talk about solid food, you better talk about water. And that's the foundation of everything. What's in your water? Our water is so naturally pure, it will cleanse your body. Why do people buy distillery machines? And why do they buy all these treatments? And what are they trying to do? They're trying to remove contaminants from water to make it more pure for you, right?
Yeah.
Our water is so pure, it doesn't need any of that. I mean, the two biggest brands, which anybody can find it, I don't need to name, were created to have a TDS of around 50, which is the total dissolved solids, which is your mineral content of your water. They did multi-million-dollar studies to determine that human beings in America like a TDS, a mineral content around 50. Europeans grew up with a much higher TDS and like a more mineralized water. We don't. So they stripped their water to nothing and they build it back with chemicals to reach a TDS of 50. If you look at the chemical analysis of Summit Spring water and Tourmaline Spring, the origin Summit Spring, you will see a natural TDS out of the ground at as low as 57, as high as 65. We hover right in there, depending on the time of year when we take the sample. I mean, it's perfect as it comes out of the ground. It's the perfect building block for health and wellness. And if you are not paying attention to water, you're missing the most important thing. Other than air, you're missing the most important thing there, you know?
You know, I heard Gabriel Cousins last week. I was watching a video and he was talking about water. And it's interesting because he said, you know, we're roughly by weight, you know, this doesn't include all the breakdowns of molecular in our brain, which have different, but he said most people by weight are around 70% water. But if they're dehydrated, it's way less than that. They're between like 50 and 60%. So like you said, water dehydration is literally one of the most critical most determining factors for illness, for sickness, for getting
All of them.
everything comes out of our entire, like, we are bioelectric beings. Our body is literally generating bioelectricity that flows from our heart to our brain, down through our spinal column, to all the organs of our body, back up again. It's being sent through all these systems of our body. And what carries it? It's the water. And it's not just any water, the water that's in our body.
Synapses are all full of water.
Everything.
There's a chemical transaction that takes place between the electrical systems.
The water that is in our bodies is a very special water. It's not filtered tap water. It's not bottled filtered tap water. It is a highly structured, almost gelatinous type of water that our entire electrical system operates on. So are we going to take a water that has been, like you said, the twice baked potato, water that comes out of a municipal system that has been treated and then treated again and then filtered and treated again and blah, 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 over and over? Or are we going to choose to say, you know what? Maybe a naturally pure water that just happens to come out of the ground at a perfect TDS level. Total dissolved solids are perfect. Perfect trace minerals. Perfect electrolytes, which is going to feed the electrical conductivity of all these electrical systems in your body. Is that going to be more important for my overall wellness as a whole being, or should I eat this organic food? Which is going to be more essential?
What could go wrong? What could go wrong other than everything? Since you're completely a water creature, what could go wrong? Everything can go wrong. Everything. You know, I have to call out a lot of the health experts in this country. I don't really want to do it, but I got to raise the bullshit flag.
Yes.
Here, you know. And if you are promoting a machine that just happens to cost $4,000 or more, if you're promoting a machine and treating water and filtrate, if you're promoting all this crap when there are natural spring sources that require no treatment, you're missing the boat, man. You know, it's fraudulent. Somebody's making money off that filter, the machine. Now, I'm sorry that we have to charge for our water.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sorry that we have to pay for the bottles. The company, I'll show anybody, we haven't made any money yet. Like, we're just close to breaking even. That's how we operate. But unfortunately, my bottles cost money. Everything costs money.
The land.
I would love to give it all away for free, but you know, I have to. The woman that I bought it from, I have to pay her, and she won't let me do that. So, but we are just gathering the product and trying to put it in the best container. It's the best value. I'd be glad to do it in glass if people want to pay for the glass, but they won't for the most part, right? Look at what's on the shelf. Almost nothing's in glass. Everything's in PET.
Yeah.
Even ones that started in glass have gone to PET. It's just...
I am going to passionately and shamelessly plug our companies because they deserve it. People need to know about this water. They need to try this water. They need to become part of the already well-established small customer base that we have and find out what they know and find out why they keep reordering from us. You've had customers for the entire time you've owned the business.
And before. I've had customers that were with the woman before me that have been customers for 40 years. We've had customers that had children had allergies on inhalers that they drink our water, they stop. They don't need them anymore. We will change your life. We will improve your life, guaranteed. Just try it for a week or so and try to go back to something else.
So please go to the website, tourmalinespring.com. We sell water on there. You want to order pallets of water. We have lots of families and people around the country who will order by the pallet. So that way, like 3 or 4 families will chip in together. They'll pay for the pallet. Then you can get water for a lot cheaper. Email us. Go to the website, email us, contact us. Let us get this water to you. It is the best investment in your health and in your wellness that you can ever make. And again, I just want to say, like, at a time when people are so disconnected from nature, there is not a better product you can buy anywhere on the market that will help you get in touch with your own inner nature, because you are literally taking the naturally purest essence of our planet that is being offered, as far as we know, anywhere on the planet, and putting it into your body. Okay, this is such a profound and direct way to connect with nature and your own inner nature. And again, the marketing is to tell the truth of what the actual product is. So again, go to the website, go to our Instagram pages, check everything out, look at it, research it, read the blog articles. Bryan and I are going to be putting out all kinds of information. I'm doing another podcast.
Send questions, we'll answer them.
Yes, like, get involved, but try it. Buy it and try it. That's all we can say. Buy it and try it, and you will know why. You'll know why we have so many repeat customers who are so grateful to know that we exist. So thank you, everybody, for allowing us to share this information with you, and there's going to be lots more to come.